Ba-da-da-da-da. So Marcus,
What's up, dog?
what about that Star Wars: The Clone Wars action?
Oh, we did. I forgot we had not Star Wars. Yeah. Big apology. What's that noise?
Frog.
My butt.
So what show are we doing? For each day I learn some more. I like exploring on Kai. I don't know if that's the words. It just made sense and fit.
We're going on a trip
In our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky, little Einstein.
Hey guys, this is Toon. This is the podcast where me, your host Marcus, and my co-host
Calvin Klein.
Nailed it, dude. You're so quick this time, Karsten. And I watch cartoons and we talk about how they're made for grown-ups too. When I say cartoons, I mean like all ages ones. So you might dumb idiot, because you're dumb idiots and trash boys who watch our show.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to discriminate. Also trash ladies who watch our show.
Who we kidding? No
You
woman will watch this show.
You would think that maybe it's just a kid's show, but it's actually for adults too. And
I mean, have you heard some of the jokes we make?
That's
No,
the
for
point.
kids.
For kids. Remember when you... I don't want to edit it again.
There's also the time that you know.
And then there was the time that we...
Yeah.
like both of us. We're watching Batman because we were too cheap to buy Star Wars. I've seen some of this.
Yeah.
I've seen all of it at different points, though. Like, I've never actually sat through and watched every episode all the way through.
I've seen episodes here and there.
There's a standard. If you're making a show that is superhero or action themed, there is a standard of tone and feel and dynamic and writing that is set by the show.
Mm-hmm.
Much like anything in any genre that kind of sets a standard, whether you're talking about sitcoms, the Dick Van Dyke Show setting the standard for a lot of jokes and situations that those comedies would use, or a specific type of edgy bite to your jokes, like that Seinfeld kind of popularized that paved the way for shows like The Office and things. This is that for especially superhero cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel or DC. This is a very weird situation. We've never been in a show that's episodic. In the sense that, like, each episode of Batman, for the most part, is kind of an uncontained thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting for us to talk about. We've never done that.
Yeah,
There's
you're
always
right.
been, like, a goal they're working towards. I just thought that was interesting to think about. Do you want to talk
Because,
about...
like, Justice League was
Sort of episodic.
sort of episodic, but there was an underlying plot that they were all kind of working towards. Ish.
On Leather Wing. It's good. It's amazing. The way that they... I'm trying to think of, like, a good example of, like, it's funny. There are actual good jokes in the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's good writing. There's good scene. Like, one thing that I wanted to talk about is it feels cinematic in a way that a lot of other shows don't. Like, there's a score.
Yeah.
Like, a noticeable score that, like, if you put a gun to my head right now and said, hey, is there a cool song playing in Dragon Prince when they're doing, like, a cool fight with the dragon? I'd be like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like...
But, like, much like a movie has, like, a score that goes under what it does and talks about.
Mm-hmm.
Batman the Animated Series does. There's...
Like, every scene there's a song playing setting the tone.
setting the tone, and it works well, and, like, Batman will do something, and the music will swell, and it evokes all the right emotions.
Mm-hmm.
On Leather Wing starts out with some boys up in a blimp. Oh, I mean, just the style of, like, the blimps. But, like, everything is, like, sort of futuristic, but also, like, very...
Normal.
Well, like, in the past for the time, but with also blimps and, like, a weird noir setting. So good. And so... they're in a blimp, and you see kind of a man-bat thing fly across.
Yeah, you see, like, bat wings go across the screen, and the guys in the blimp are just like, what was that? One of them's just like, I think it was a bat. And the other guy's like, at this altitude, we better go higher to see what it was.
And you're an idiot, and I hate you. And he verbally berates him.
Oh, yeah. So they take the blimp up higher, and they're just like, oh, see, there's nothing here. And then it like cuts to
A dude, security guard.
yeah,
right?
security guard, and he's walking through a hall doing a night check of the building, and like the art style in this, like in the city,
It looks cool.
it's so good. Like everything's like dark, and only the important, what they want you to focus on, is illuminated. Like everything else is like shadowed out, and like it fades into what you're supposed to be focusing on.
It's like it's a cool narrative device of like, it's Gotham, so anything can be in shadow that you need to be. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Gotham City has like this feel, but like it works tonally. It works practically because again, like you know where you're supposed to be looking at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
It also works from a speed thing. If you're trying to get these episodes out, and half the screen is going to be written in shadow.
Yeah.
That's how much that you don't have to draw because it's black. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, it's really cool. But also, like, the fact that the show's animated so well and was hand drawn. Like, I don't want to just do the thing where we talk about how good everything looks all the time. But, like, it's a hand drawn show. Hats off to the animators.
Yeah.
Like,
it takes talent, skill, and it just looks so good.
time.
Yeah, and time too.
Like, I would argue a lot of animation, if you have, like, a good art design and, like, a good team, at that point, it's just having the patience to do those between frames and not skip on any of the work
Mm-hmm.
and get it to look fluid and thinking, like, how would I grab this? And thinking about it, so what are the progression, like, just time and time and time. So many hours poured into this stuff. So, like, hats off to you guys, because, like, it looks amazing, and it feels fluid, and I couldn't do it. I love animation, and I would love to be an animator. I don't have the patience to do between frames.
It takes so much patience. It'd be crazy.
So, just hats off to you guys.
They-
But, this dude gets scared by something, you don't really see what it is, and the police are called, and Batman shows up. And then we get a fun Batman fights the police scene as he investigates.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Batman! I need pictures. Pictures of Batman." Is essentially the
Batman.
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 Batman. Batman.
I remember when I was a kid, Bullock, Detective Harvey Bullock, was a character I couldn't wrap my head around. It was, so like, and this is really neat, because like, it's the first example of a morally gray character that you see in anything. He's a cop who wants to do the best for the city, but he's willing to break the rules to do it. I couldn't wrap my head around that. And like, for a long time, I thought that like, the Penguin's secret identity was Harvey Bullock, because they're both fat.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's a good example of, it's a show that like stretched me and I had to learn about narrative devices and this kind of character and stuff through watching a TV show. But I just want, like, I will get into that more, I'm sure, as the season goes on. But
Yeah. So we get
Batman
this whole.
beats up a bunch of SWAT guys.
Yeah. So we get this thing where the police think that Batman is the one who's doing all these robberies because Man-Bat is going around like breaking into factories and stuff and stealing chemicals, and everyone's like hearing all the police are hearing a description of a man that looks like a bat. So so all the cops think that Batman's behind all of this, and Commissioner Gordon's just like, no, it's not Batman's MO. It can't be him. So the whole time, like the whole police force is trying to catch Batman, but Commissioner Gordon's just like,
Can
no,
we
man,
call him Gordo?
Gordo. But Gordo's trying to convince him, no, guys, it's not Batman. Like, he wouldn't do this. So Batman has to fight a bunch of police officers and SWAT guys, and
He swats the SWAT guys.
yeah,
Man, it's so funny, dude. Good high five, dog.
I has talent.
How do you mess up a high five so bad?
Like I just did. Ready? High five.
I hate you.
Okay, so this whole time Batman has to like prove his innocence while also trying to figure out who's really behind it, and he eventually finds at one of the crime scenes. He finds this hair sample, and then under his secret identity of Bruce Wayne, he goes into this lab that like studies solely bats, because only only in comic books do you have like a lab that's like just.
Yeah, if you study a bat in real life, everybody beats you up because you're a pervert of some kind. In real life, there's no bat scientists because of that.
But are you a regular? If you study bats, are you a regular? Are you like a traditional pervert, or are you just a? Are you some kind of off-brand pervert?
Off-brand.
Okay.
You're
the great value pervert.
You're a pervert. You're a perverted pervert.
Yeah, you're a perverted pervert. So you're like the great value of pervert of pervert. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not the traditional OG.
You're not the Kraft mac and cheese perverts.
An OG pervert.
You're the great value mac and cheese pervert.
Because, like, an OG pervert's different than a traditional pervert. Or a traditional pervert's different than a great value pervert. I hate us.
You're a discount pervert.
Do you ever think, while we're doing the show, would I listen to this if I wasn't in it?
Sometimes, but you don't want to know the answer.
The answer is no. Actually, it depends on the episode.
Yeah, it depends on the episode. There are some episodes that I would listen to. Who am I kidding? I've listened to all of this.
Do you like how much leg I'm showing?
Are we having a contest now to see who can show the most leg?
No.
Okay. I'll hold these down.
Good pervert. He goes, and the person's really aggressive about the bats.
He's
That's like a fun scene where, like, he
lap.
tries to flirt with this girl.
And then finds out she's married.
And gets bummed.
Okay, but can we just say for a second, like, while we're kind of on the subject of Bruce Wayne, I love how this Batman and Bruce Wayne is, like, portrayed. Like, when Tim's, like, talking as Batman, he's like...
Who?
Tim.
Tim who? Talking about Kevin Conroy?
Yes! I just... when... There are some who call him Tim.
The people who, his friends, his close friends call him Tim. Carry the show. Talk about what happened to Batman.
So, yeah, like, so, not Tim, Kevin does such a great job, because, like, when he's talking as Bruce Wayne, he's, like, kind of cheery and, like, a super, like, he's, like, a happy-go-lucky, kind of, like, upbeat voice, but then, it's like... I really don't know how to describe it, because like I don't know anything about voice acting, and I suck at it. But then like when he's talking as Bruce Wayne, who we're already talking about Bruce Wayne, when he's talking as Batman, he gets like he goes into like the traditional like low gruff Batman voice, and it's so good like that he switches between the two, because like. Batman and Bruce Wayne should not sound the same. And it's just so good how he switches between the two. And apparently, I didn't know this. It wasn't written that way. It was a character choice that Kevin Conroy made when he was recording. So that's a neat little thing that I noticed about the show, and that I just thought was so cool. So anyway, Bruce is. He's in the lab, and he's kind of talking to the scientists, and you get this vibe that the head scientist, the old guy, doesn't really want him there, so Bruce drops off a sample, and we have a little bit of banter between him and some of the other characters, and then Bruce leaves and does his own analysis in his lab, and he realizes that something's not right because one of the scientists told him that this voice recording that he had picked up told him that the noise was like a mixture of like starlings and bats chatting with each other, well, fighting each other. But then when he put the recording into his own Batman computer system, the system tells him that there are no traces of bats or starlings in any of the recorded audio, and it doesn't match anything in the database. So he's like, that's odd. And then he gets the lab results back from the hair sample that he found, and the scientist tells him, it's just a traditional brown bat. There's nothing to worry about. But he tells him in a really suspicious way. So he finds out that so Batman decides, you know what? Something's off about this scientist guy. So he goes in to do some investigating of his own. He sneaks into the building one night, and he's snooping around. And then one of the scientists shows up, and he's like, Batman, you're not supposed to be here. And they have this little conversation, and the guy goes on this villain-esque monologue, and then he finally reveals that he's the Man-Bat, and he whips this chemical out of his lab coat pocket, and he crushes the vial in his hand and gets the chemicals on him, and he transforms into Man-Bat, and we get this cool fight scene between the two where they're like, they do a little bit of fighting in the lab, and then Man-Bat pushes Batman out the window, and Batman hooks him with the grappling hook, and Man-Bat's flying him around the city, and the cops see him and are just like, oh no, Batman, let's go get him. And they pay no attention to Man-Bat, but yeah, they're chasing him around, and eventually Batman gets the upper hand and knocks Man-Bat out, and he's like, see, this is the guy who's been doing all these robberies and stuff. I found your guy. And Commissioner Gordon's just like, yeah, I told you guys it wasn't him, and then it's kind of just the end of the episode there.
Are you calling the episode?
What?
Hold on. Sorry about that. We were just 90% sure we were going to have to punch fight somebody.
Punch fight.
Oh, their problem was they brought a kidnapped girl to a knife fight.
Yeah. Yep.
I was kidding, dude. Joke's always ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm never not in the comedy headspace, my boy.
Let's do this.
Alright.
So, where were we?
Alright, so hear me out. Then Batman... I couldn't think of anything even dumb. I hate
Punches
myself.
a guy.
He does a punch. So, it gets a little zany. Batman does a punch.
Oh yeah, I just straight up ended that episode. So now we move on to the second episode.
Hear me out, though.
Yeah.
I love the fact... You might have talked about this a little bit. Real quick. I love the fact that in this show, the feel, like whenever Bruce... Like whenever Kevin's being Bruce.
Yeah, I did talk about this, but I probably didn't do it justice. You talk about it.
But like the fact like he's supposed to play up like this like playboy like billionaire, like there's a little bit of like kind of a screwboy vibe you get from Kevin's Bruce. And I like it a lot because like the fact like that like not only do Batman and Bruce sound different, they act different. Bruce is a persona I play that I need to make look and feel a certain way, and he feels that way. It's very good. I hear he's a little bit of a screwboy. Like, anytime he sees an attractive girl, he's like, probably should try to hit on her. Like, keep it in your pants, dog. Like, it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. I just want to talk about that.
I did not talk about that. I talked about the voices, though.
The voices are very good, but, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, an interesting look that, like, you see, but, like, they managed to do it like in Batman, like in like the Nolan movies, like they try to bash you over the head with it. It's like, it's not supposed to be a caricature of a playboy billionaire screwboy. Like he's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like they turn it all the way up to 11. It's like, sometimes subtlety is much louder and more effective than, I don't know, clobbering you over the head with it 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And I like the Nolan movies, but... yeah, jumping... I didn't realize Joker came in this soon. I didn't realize it was this soon that we got Mark Hamill.
But we do.
We do. So, real quick... and this... once per episode, I want to, like, bring up one really cool thing I know about this show. And this one is... This is a good example of why you should... film or do the recordings together. One big thing that the show does, and you can tell, and this, I think it has one quality, talented, hardworking, dedicated voice actors. The show has those. Mm-hmm. However, what puts it even another step above that, they used to do this show, they'd get everybody in the booth together.
So this next episode starts out with the Joker. And he's singing the classic Jingle Bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile and the Joker got away. So yeah, he's singing that, and he's decorating a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree turns into a rocket, and Joker jumps on it, and they take off into space. But not really into space. Takes off into the lower atmosphere, into the troposphere. And just kind of flies through the city on his rocket tree.
I love how this show has a brilliant, because it is a cartoon, because of the medium it is, and it's appropriate for kids, and it is a kid's show, but it's like an all-age, it's not a kid's show. is an all ages show, which means it's appropriate for children. You can do things that are legitimately scary. Like the premise for this episode, I believe, is loosely based on, I think it's the first appearance of the Joker. It's not the first, it's one of the first. The Joker captures, like, the person who put him in jail, like the judge, the prosecutor, and the cop or something, and the lawyers, and then they put him in jail. Whatever. A crazy person dressed as a clown caught these people who are starting to kill them. That's scary. However, because it's an all-ages show, you got this kid feel to it.
It's childish, but it's stuff that it feels like the Joker would actually do.
It's, like, creepy in the sense that, like, it's really bizarre and weird and not creepy in, like, the, well, I'm the Joker and killer and I got these scars. I'm not trying to take away from... However...
The Joker he was portraying, he did a good job.
However, that Joker has nothing on.
Well, technically, they're 3 different Jokers.
Yeah, you want to also... We can take this out real quick. Actually, we're not going to take this out. But, yeah, you want to know something weird about Jeff Johns? He can huff my shorts. Jeff Johns,
the whole 3 different Jokers thing, you don't
and
like
his
that?
3 Jokers thing can, eat my shorts. Jeff Johns, I love so much of the work you've done. You've done so much very good writing, and you've done amazing things, and I love so much of it. Eat my shorts.
I mean...
About the 3 Jokers.
Okay. I thought it was pretty cool.
Hey, you know what, Karsten? Eat my short. I hated it. Alright, keep going.
Alright, so, yeah, he kidnaps the 3 people, and he's just like, we're gonna turn this into a Christmas special. And he does all these Christmas-themed things on Christmas Eve right after Batman finished a patrol of the city where Robin's following him around saying, come on, man, let's just go home. It's Christmas. No one's gonna do anything. Let's just sit around the fireplace and watch Wonderful Life while sipping eggnog. Come on, man, let's at least have one night. And Batman's being all Scrooge, and we get these fun lines from Robin where Robin's just like, you could teach, like, Scrooge could learn a thing or two from you, kind of thing. And he's just these fun interactions between the two of them. And they finally get back to the Batcave, and they sit down, and they're all getting ready to relax, and they're gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life. So they turn on the TV, and every channel that Robin goes to, it's the Joker doing his Christmas special, and they're like, oh no, we gotta go save the city on Christmas Eve.
His Christmas travel extravaganza live stream.
He's Facebook Living his plan.
Yeah, he's just like, what's up, guys? My new Periscope out here. So we got Gordo, this chick who we forgot who it is, and not Penguin.
Gordon Ramsay.
And Logan Paul, and
we got Logan Paul, Casey Neistat, and
Philip DeFranco, and Pewds. And if you guys don't smash that like button and get this video to 200,000 likes for Christmas, for my Christmas present from you guys to me, I'm gonna kill all of them.
That's essentially what he just did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's about getting revenge. But, like, whatever. And then Batman and Robin gotta save him.
Well, looks like we don't get Christmas break after all.
Is it a wonderful life?
Yep.
And then they go on a zany adventure of saving people on bridges.
And they have to, like, figure out where the Joker is by following all these clues and stuff like that. And they eventually find him. And they take him out after getting chased by a giant cannon, and these giant Joker dolls that have gun hands, and all kinds of stuff.
It's fun.
It's fun.
So much of the show is also in the way that they present and deliver things to you.
Mm-hmm. That's half of a show. Is the delivery.
But like this show, I think is like a really good it's a simple thing. Joker's trying to get revenge on people who did it and proposing a challenge to Batman. Like, we've seen, like, that kind of story a million times. And, like, you've seen, like, okay, it's like a bridge blows up and they gotta go save him and stuff like that. But, like, the way that, like, again, that we talked about the score and we talked about, like, the cinematography and stuff of it, and like the zaniness and the art, so like all that stuff play really well together to where like describing it to you might sound very by the numbers and not that interesting, but it's packaged and delivered to you in such an interesting way that it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Go ahead. Finish it out.
I mean, that's essentially the episode, dude.
Yeah, they just save him. What did you think of Batman the Animated Series?
It's just as good as I remember.
It's so good.
It is.
It's so good.
It is really good.
I really like Tim's
And it like really
performance
brought me
as
back to my
Batman.
childhood, like 5 or 6 year old Karsten sitting in the living room watching cable TV.
Just
Not a care in the world.
I want to do a quick apology.
Okay.
I'm sorry I called everybody out there trash boys and trash girls.
When did that happen?
At the beginning of the episode.
I don't remember that.
I talked about how it's just for trash people.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're Spencer, then I'm not sorry at all. Got him, dude. Woo! We want to thank you guys for listening. It's really fun to do this. I know that I've been bad about editing the podcast. It's because my life's hectic and busy, and we're working on stuff, and I'm sure eventually I'll figure out a good workflow for it. But right now it's a really long process.
Yeet.
That, like, I don't always have time for. I'm working a lot of hours. Awana is starting up, and I help Awana. Like, I got stuff going on. So, apologies about that. We're working on
This episode will get out eventually.
We'll get it to you guys.
Yeah.
It'll become a thing for you.
You guys will see this episode by the time we post it. So
Hey, but do you know what time of year it is?
now or by the time this is posted,
Now. It doesn't matter. Either way.
spooky time.
Fall time. You know what fall time means?
Those sweaties become warmies.
I was just gonna make a sweaty joke. You. Also, throw out that pair of scissors. Just wear a regular t-shirt. You know, it's too cold for a cutoff, but t-shirts?
Yeah.
T-shirts. We got
You know what
merch.
we need? Beanies. We need those. For the winter boys. Or maybe, no. WackMatters Ushankas.
A WackMatters beanie for those winter cold boys. What if it just says...
When we enter the winter
It
months.
just says WackMatters for the winter cold boys.
Yes.
That'd be so stupid.
Okay, but like during the summer, we got... I like it though, how like we're branding our merch. So like in the...
By how you use it.
Yeah. But like... So it's like in the summer months they're sweaties. In the fall months they're warmies. And then in the winter months they're not as coldies.
No, I hate you. This is a bad podcast.
Yes, it is.
We also have a donate button, but also
If you don't want perks with your donation.
the best way to help us out is actually probably just
Hitting
to
that
share it, a like,
button,
and a
share
comment.
it. Tell your friends about us. Just kidding. You guys don't have friends. You're all
Woo!
nerdos in
Bunch
your
of trash
basement.
boys, you suck.
Except for Thomas.
Except for Thomas, dude. Thomas rules. You're the only person who watches the show that's not a trash.
For
boy.
all we know, you're the only one that exists.
Also, you're not trash. Hey, Spencer.
Trash.
Figure it the frick out. Tune in next time.